Now, back in the 70s, I had several RD350s and 1400, and I was very involved in AAMRR club racing. And you would see people come to the track that had the real factory Yamahas from the previous year, and we would see them at our club races, and I would really be jealous. Some of them had this unique ladder paint job. I guess they were Kenny Roberts replicas of the time. I never could afford one. I wasn't a good enough rider to even ask to buy one. But Yamaha would sell them to the club racers the year after they were 1 year obsolete. And I decided I wanted to have a replica, one that was a street going bike that I could change up parts on. I started with this as the donor bike. Karen got me this for Valentine's Day about 12 years ago. And it proved to be a great donor bike for the project I was going to embark on. I did a total restoration. And every bolt, every screw, everything that I could take off the bike. Luciano helped me do the engine. We put pistons in the engine. We did everything that you possibly could do to make this bike better than a brand new bike. Painting the wheels was a major job. By the time I was finished with this, I probably had 600 or 700 hours in it total. It spanned over 3 years working on it from time to time. I replaced the headlight. I did other things, little upgrades that you almost don't see. It's got a lithium battery. Just the polishing of the engine was many hours. And I made many videos of doing this restoration, painting it. I didn't want the look of a stock bike with the chrome fenders. I made the seat from scratch. I've had 20 different pair of mirrors on the bike, probably 8-10 sets of different handlebars. And I have 4 exhaust systems in total, and I'm always changing things up. It's like the ultimate evil twin. I almost never ride the bike a whole season without making some change to it. Now let's go relive those days of the 70s. And over the years, I've made so many parts for this bike. We've had different exhaust systems, different seats, low seat, high seat, rental bars, different bars, chrome headlight, black headlight. It's been the best evil twin, but it's always one of the ways I always like to have it set up is with all the Kenny Roberts stuff on it, including the seat, and with the expansion chambers. That always was a load of laughs. And back in the day, when we had a lot more people riding two-strokes, this was just the best experiences you could ever have in the world of motorcycling. Now, in my case, I am really fortunate. I still have friends, a lot of them younger than I am, that still have an interest in two-strokes and keeping them restored, keeping them out on the open road where people can see them, bringing them to shows. And Bob V's got a great, just a beautiful 400 Yamaha. Mark Morgan has a bunch of them, and everybody that's got one. And when we get together, it just couldn't be more fun than just having what I always say is just a simple thing, a two-stroke day. It seems like anytime I post any two-stroke video, it's the same story with everybody. There's always people that say, I owned this bike in this year, this bike in that year, this one I had fun at it, and I'm sorry I sold it. And boy, and I got to be honest, I'm sorry I sold my H1s and H2. I'm sorry I sold all my two-strokes. If I had a whole garage full of two-strokes now, I would be a happy camper. I'll make room in the garage if I can get some more. It's just a wonderful little slice of motorcycling history. whenever I'm riding a two-stroke, I always think of a few things. When I was really young, I used to love to go down into town and watch the trains go by. That was always one of the things as a young kid, try to get the engineer to blow the whistle. Well, the trains still come through town, that's for sure. But there's one thing that changed over the years that I guess is not in my favor, is I remember going to the gas station and you fill up the bike and reach in your pocket, take out some loose change, and it was done. Well, that's not exactly how it works right now, but because two-strokes are not exactly the economy kings of the universe, that's for sure. Now I'm 79 years old, and every minute I can spend in the saddle riding these back roads, I just never get sick of it. I don't know why it is. I've done it for many, many years. I know the roads like the back of my hand. There's almost no traffic, no cars, and the most important thing, no law enforcement either. Whenever I'm riding my RD, it reminds me why I started riding in the first place. It was just fun. And sometimes along the way, you forget why you started riding in the first place. You don't like that? Well, you're young. Now, one of the things on these back roads, there are a few driveways, and you can see somebody getting ready to back out right there. Now, back in the day, we used to ride these bikes like they were gold wings. And I can remember weekends riding up to Laconia, 6 hours each way, pouring rain for the whole ride back home. Oh my God, and just, and I look back, I'm glad I don't do that anymore. These are not gold wings. They're made to have fun with. But the biggest thing I feel some obligation to keep them so the younger people among us can get to see at least what they missed a little bit along the way. And the modern bikes, I have modern bikes. I have an MT-09 in my collection, modern R6s and R1s, all the modern bikes. But these bikes have a special place in motorcycling history. And for all of us that are my age, that look back when if you were young and you had a bike like this or similar to this, especially if it was a two-stroke, you will never forget that time. That was a special time, and in a special little tiny way, I get to relive it because I still have this bike in my collection. Well, over the years, I have put a lot of time and energy into my humble collection. And of all the bikes that I ever ride, when I ride the RD, it brings me back, as I'm sure it does to a lot of other people, to a special, very special time and place in my life. And there's something about it. If you love two strokes, you already know what I'm talking about. And I think the hours I spent, the years I spent, the time I spent, the parts I made, it all is worth every penny now, because now I get to ride the bike anytime I want. I just go into the garage, fill up the two-stroke oil, and put a ton of money in my wallet so I can buy gas. I do like modern bikes. I enjoy riding all the bikes. I have one bike in my collection from every 10-year period I've been involved in motorcycling. Total of 9 bikes, 7 registered, 4 historic. And my goal in life is not only to ride the bikes, to wear them out as the tires, the chains, everything, but keep them in as nice a shape as possible. And one of the things I personally enjoy is sharing the videos with other people who share my passion for older motorcycles out on YouTube, and especially if you have a passion for two-strokes. Now, if you're new to our channel, we have a very, very eclectic channel. One of the new features we have now is some of the videos are grouped into groups that you can access all the videos for one category in one mouse click. And it should be very convenient and very handy. Just check out the feature on the main screen, playlists. And thanks to everybody for supporting the channel. We appreciate your support, and it makes this channel possible with all the things we do, the painting, the wheels, the polishing. And please take a second or two and hit the like button. And thanks everyone for watching.